I told you guys I got a lot of stuff. I was not kidding. I had an epic trip to Adamstown. This is gonna be my last haul video from this shopping trip, and I am really excited to take a second look at some of the stuff I got. First of all, these deer pics are incredible. I have never seen this kind. Now, they're made in Japan, which is really interesting to me. I got 3 of them. I only paid $4.50 for them each. Again, a lot of these plastic decor things I see are usually made in Hong Kong, and I don't usually mess with them because they're kind of falling apart. If they have the sticker eyes, it's a matter of time until they go kaputs. However, this vendor I bought these from has a bunch of new old stock. Now, somebody asked me the other day what new old stock was. It means it's old, but it's never been unopened and used. So this, I know for a fact, came from her family's flower shop. They owned a big flower shop in, I'm guessing, the 50s to, I guess, not that long ago. And this is old, but has never been opened, which makes it practically new. And I just think they're so cute and unique. Love the gold tinsel trim. Normally I'm kind of like weird about buying multiples of things just because I'm like, okay, well, one will probably go quick, one might sit a while, how much will the third take? But at $4.50, I couldn't resist getting all of these. Speaking of new old stock, the next thing I got was this set of unopened decorative birds made in Hong Kong. They're absolutely incredible. I think that they're gonna make a great addition to a craft project. Now, I have not found one in the original packaging like this. I found them when they're individually wrapped in sets, but not all like completely unopened with the package. So I'm gonna guess that these will go between 20 and 25. I paid $6.40 for them. Normally I'm kind of careful about buying stuff like this just because it's so fragile and so easy to get damaged. But again, since it was literally new, even though it's old, for $6.40, I was like, it would be so weird to leave these here. I like to switch it up, and if I have an opportunity to buy something I normally can't, I usually jump on it if it's the right price. Now, because I bought so much stuff, I am having a little hard time figuring out what's what. So hold on one second. I'm obsessed with this guy. I only paid $9.75. He's in perfect condition. To be honest, I did think he was made by Lufton, but he is not. MB Daniels & Co. Either way, he's in perfect condition, which is really hard to do with that matte finish. Normally over time, if it's been wrapped in paper or something, usually rubs off on the paint and leaves some messy stuff on his face. It's hard to clean. But for $9.75, now these don't sell for as much as I thought. I thought I would be able to sell it for $25, but it looks like the more average price right now is $19 to $20. I'm gonna price mine at $19. Anything that's like winking like that and it's Christmas, I can't say no. It usually sells really quick. Next up, I'm a huge fan of this tinsel trim, and he's got paper mache boots. Now, what I didn't really think about, I said I would be able to double my money when I purchased him. I paid $12 for him. I don't feel comfortable pricing him at $25 because even though he's in pretty good condition, he's still got some damage around the sides of his belt, and $25 is definitely full-blown retail. So I still will be able to make profit off him. I'm thinking he's more of like in the $20 range, but either way, again, unique and in good enough condition to jump on it. These are really hard to find with the face in decent condition, and the fact that his paper mache boots are still intact says something. This is such a cute one. Anything that's got this kitschy expression or a long neck or red bow tie, if it's under a certain amount, I always pick it up. And this one definitely qualifies. I paid $4.80 for this. It is Yusago, which is harder to find with these larger figurines and the babies on chain. Now, this one is missing the puppies on chain. I priced it at $17, which I felt like was fair. It does have a little bit of wear to the paint, but again, it's pretty good condition considering it's hard to find, and for less than $5, I was not going to leave him behind. Now, these Napco Angels usually sell super quick. There's lots of variations. I think there's 4 in this set. I could be wrong. There might be 5, but I think there's 4. They usually sell super quick. For me, I stopped picking them up for a while because I had them so many times, and then the prices kind of went up when I would see them out and about. This one I paid $8 for, and again, since the paint was in such good condition, and it had been almost a year since I had bought and sold one of these, I scooped it up. It sold immediately for $26, which I felt like was a fair price. Some people price them a little bit higher. I mean, the range is anywhere from $20 to $30. But again, harder to find in this good condition. But the thing about these girls is when I pick them up for the right price, I feel confident that they'll be able to sell quickly. Moving on, I'm so excited about this one. I have never seen this Choir Angel in this size. Usually I see her in the miniature version. For her, I paid, oh my gosh, there's so much writing on this and I crossed out the wrong thing. $7.20. Now, this is an item I would not put on sale. I would wait and let it sit. Even though it's after Christmas, it might take a little bit more time than usual, but I know around Christmas time she will fly. And since I paid so little for her up front, I felt confident letting it sit and ride because she's hard to find and she's super cute. She's got that kitschy face that we all love. Now, it reminds me a lot of those Noel carolers. What do they buy? Brins? I can't remember. But they're the candle holders and everyone goes crazy over them. They've got the kind of flat, funny faces. She seems to be like maybe their cousin or something. I couldn't resist this little ornament. He was only $5 and he's got that tinsel trim I like. He's got a minor stain on his nose right there. But again, hard to find these cloth-faced pose pixies, especially with the chenille. They're so fragile in good condition. For $5, I was like, there's no way I won't pick this guy up, especially because it doesn't take much room on my shelves and it's super easy to ship. So I normally don't do paper products except for Valentine's Day cards, but there were 2 sets of these vintage new old stock Santa Claus cocoa butter cream boxes. He had such a sweet face. Now I went back and forth on how I was going to sell them. I bought them in 2 packs and they were $5 a pack. At first I was like, oh, I'll sell them in groupings of 5 because that's how I bought them. However, I thought about it and I think I'm actually going to sell them individually. They won't sell for much, but neither do my Valentine's Day cards. And if someone's buying Valentine's Day cards, it's easy to just throw them in. They're also like a thicker version than a thicker paper than a Valentine's Day card, so they're easy to slip in a package. So I just have like a lot of vintage Santa boxes. I think they would be super fun to repurpose. You know, I'm kind of leave it up to the buyer for how many they want to buy. So I have 10 of these for $10, $1 a pop. Not big profit, honestly, but super fun, unique item, totally worth it. I've been kind of straying away from some of the head vases because the last few I've had have kind of sat. To be honest, I didn't see that she had a big chip on the inside of her hat when I bought this, but I only paid $17.60, and the Relpo head vases from the 50s and 60s do bring in pretty good money usually, so I feel confident that even with the chip, I'll be about able to double my money, maybe a little bit less because I don't want her to sit around for as long as some of my other head vases have, but at $17.60, it was still good enough deal. Plus, if you actually use this, then you won't really see the chip. I mean, I have head vases and stuff that have pens and faux florals in it and stuff. Like I went to Michael's and I got the styrofoam stuff, and I've been putting fake flowers in it. So much fun. That's one of the things I've been doing this week instead of working. We all know I love a good unique set of salt and pepper shakers. I had never seen these ones. They were in perfect condition. They were $5.60. They're pretty unique. I'm not sure how well they'll sell. I'm only gonna put like 12 bucks on them, just mostly because they are so unique and the condition is so good. But I mean, I always pick any salt and pepper shaker up that I haven't seen at a decent price. It's in good condition because they're super easy to ship and they're super fun to collect. And I mean, who doesn't love these kind of like geometric dogs? This was one of the better things I bought for sure. Now, I bought a set of 6 Napco, new old stock. They were in the original packaging. They didn't have the box, so I didn't feel bad breaking them up. I know that's kind of like sacrilegious, but I paid $16 for 6 of them. And I'm selling them at $11 a pop, and some of them have already sold. There's so many different versions of this, but the Napco ones definitely sell a little bit better. Now, if I had it in a perfect world, they'd be the winking version instead of just this kind of like lackadaisical looking Santa, but I am not going to complain for that price. Super fun. Love the mini mugs. They always sell very well. Santa planters are pretty hard to find. I can't believe I almost didn't pick this up. That was crazy. I only paid $12 for this. It was $15 and 20% off. It is marked Japan. It's in pretty great condition. As we all know, that red paint loves to come off. It's only got that small spot missing. It's super unique, and Santa planters always sell well. So I don't know why I was being so weird. I think I was just kind of crapped out from the end of the day, but I will definitely be able to double my money on this. I think it will go for around 34, 33. And then there, of course, there's the 6.5 Etsy percentage, which isn't really much compared to other platforms like eBay and Mercari, like I mentioned the other day. Another thing I love are squeak toys. Kind of a sad squeak, I know, but he's a deer, and I only paid $5 for it. This one is a newer one. It's made in Taiwan, not Japan. But since it is a deer, I felt confident that I'd still be able to double my money, but barely. I'd probably price him for around 11 or maybe 11 bucks. I kind of feel like since his squeaker is so sad. Again, I always pick squeak toys up because they're not only are they super collectible, but just like salt and pepper shakers, they are incredibly easy to ship, even easier than salt and pepper shakers. Just wrap some tissue around some of these. This is a fun one. Now, I'm sometimes reluctant to pick up this material. I do always adore the Hong Kong plastic faux florals. The mistletoe is fun too. The tinsel trim on it is what kind of sold me. It was only $5. I get very nervous that this plastic work will crack, but it looked in good enough condition that it will be able to make the trip to its forever home. It's just so fun, and yeah, I won't price this at top dollar because it is missing a couple of its berries, but either way, it's a fun decoration, and for $5, I knew I'd be able to double my money on this guy. This next thing I picked up, I was kind of like, why did I buy this when I started photographing it? But I kind of see why. I paid $7.20 for all of them, so let me grab them. It's kind of hard to show them off all at the same time, especially because they're so fragile, so I'm going to go through them in groupings how I listed them. First off, the paper mache Santas. Unfortunately, they're super damaged. I still think somebody would be able to kind of repurpose these, maybe refurbish them a little bit. They're still super fun. They're made in Japan. I'm only going to put them up for sale for a couple bucks. Kind of one of those things where it's hard to find these in good condition, and I got so excited to find them in mediocre to poor condition that I kind of jumped on that price of $7.40 for the whole grouping. I mean, this one I grouped together too. This one's like even more sad. I wish it wasn't, because this little holly berry pixie boy would have done well, and the clown is really, really messed up. But the angel still has some hope. I mean, she is damaged. She'll only sell for a couple bucks. Again, I am splitting these up as I'm showing them. The real thing that sold me on it was the snowman. Now, he's not perfect, but he's in much better condition than the others. Again, super sweet, super hard to find. I just thought it would be fun for a crafter. I'm not sure if the others will sell. I think that if I price them right enough, then hopefully they'll go to homes that can make use for them. I know some people make really fun ornaments and Christmas wreaths and stuff. It would be fun to repurpose these in a crafting project. For $7.20, I might have a little bit of buyer's remorse, but not too bad, especially because I think I'll be able to sell the snowman at least. This is spectacular. This brooch is like nothing I've ever seen before. This kitschy little bird pin with the musical note, I am so obsessed. I only paid $4 for it. Now, I did price him at what I thought was a full-blown retail price at $35. Of course, that includes, if you're in the United States, my shipping fee, which for something like this is only like $3 or $4, and then you have the 6.5% that Etsy's going to take out. However, it's got that kind of like Lefton, Napco, Norcrest bird that sells so well, and I've never seen anything like this. So as I throw it into a box, don't worry, it's a box of bubble wrap. I've never seen anything like this. So for $4, I mean, I would have paid much more for this, to be honest. I just think it's so sweet, and I am fine with letting it sit. I'm a little scared to put it on one of my coats in the meantime, because I do not want to damage it. It is in perfect condition, and I can be kind of rough on things, as you just saw me throw this into a box. Next up, I got one of the nylon wing pixies, especially with the blue eyeshadow and the cloth face. These usually sell pretty well. They go for more than, the ones with nylon wings go for a little bit more than other ones. This one I did pay up a little bit. I paid $11.90, which if she didn't have those wings in perfect condition, I wouldn't have done. But I do believe I'll still be able to double my money, just barely. Again, an item that's hard to find in this good condition, super fragile, and super easy to ship. All my favorite things, especially with those eyelashes and blue eyeshadow. The best thing about these nylon wings is there's also a ceramic version, and if you see ceramics with nylon wings, chances are they sell for good money, much more than this will. And this little ornament, I couldn't resist. He's got a little flocked umbrella. I only paid $4 for him. I just thought he was super fun and unique. I mean, he's got like a little bit of condition issues on the bottom of his lace, but even his striping on the umbrella stand, or cane, I guess you should say, is candy cane, is in pretty decent condition. I just thought he had this fun little kind of Holt Howardy look about him for $4. I was like, whatever, just throw him in the basket. We're buying all this anyway. So next up, I bought this bag of like random grab baggy kind of thing. I only paid $5 for it. Now, I did group it separately. It came with these two little angel doodads, which I only priced for a couple of bucks. I thought that one was kind of neat with the star and then this kind of bubblegum charm. But the reason I bought it was because it came with this celluloid face chenille monkey with hearts, which I am just like completely in love with. I keep using that word, it's not a word. I've bought this kind of monkey face in the past on figurines, carnival things and stuff, and they've usually sold. Sometimes they take a while, but this one with the hearts, especially for $5, I think I'll be able to double my money on this alone. And it does have that little pin in the back, so you could use them as a tie or an enclosure. This next one, I'm kind of back and forth about. I'm not remorseful I bought them at all, mind you. I did pay $8.80. They have those kind of pie-like kitschy faces that we love. Unfortunately, I failed to realize that they both look like salt shakers. They both have 3 holes. Now, I do say normally when I buy sets that are mix matched like this, they don't usually sell that well. But I have a feeling just because of their expressions alone, they'll go pretty quickly. One does have like the tiniest little nick on its foot, but it's hard to tell. And how happy are they, you know? I don't think I'll price them for much. I won't be able to double my money because of the mix matched and the little bit of wear on the one, but either way, I'll still be able to profit a couple bucks off them. Also, in New Old Stock Paradise, I have passed up a lot of these celluloid deer recently. However, these little miniatures with the perfect paint, I could not resist. I got 5 of them for $5. So $1 a piece, it was a no-brainer. They're not the larger size that are more commonly seen, but they're in such good condition, and I honestly like the miniatures better. There's something kind of sweet about them, and the fact that they're easier to ship and they're less likely to get damaged in this office. Now, when I say head vases haven't been selling that well, this one is kind of an exception. This style has sold almost immediately the past few times I got it. I did pay $14.40 for it. I almost left it. It was one of the things I was back and forth about. I don't know why. I think I was just burnt out and being cheap. The last couple I sold for $34 on the same day. So I think I did all right on this. So definitely able to double my money on this. A couple really special finds next. First off, this elf. I could not resist him. He is so spectacular. I love his tall hat and his eyelashes, the gold lame finish. I mean, he's even got his palm. He's like a really spectacular little pixie. He does still have his Made in Japan sticker. When I see a unique pose elf, I usually jump on it. Now, I did pay up a little bit for this one. I paid $15.40. I won't be able to double my money, but I still think it will go quickly. And I mean, his little orange hair, who could resist? He's just super fantastic. These elves usually sell well, and especially if they're unique. And the fact that almost all his stars are perfectly intact, I mean, one of them's a little bent, but they're paper, and they're from the 50s. That's insane. And the last thing I got. Now, before there was rubber face, before there was plastic face even, there was cloth face. This Santa Claus I paid up for. I paid $28 for him, and I'm sure you can see why. His paint is in almost perfect condition. He's got the original tag, which is Claire Creations, New York City. I've never heard of that maker, to be honest. He's just in such great condition, and he has that soft, rushed-in quality fabric to him. The fact that his face is all there was enough to kind of sell me alone. He's so unique. Now, I won't be able to double my money on him. I was not able to find any comparables. Now, a lot of the cloth face earlier Santa Clauses do sell for pretty good money. I do believe I'll price him around 65-ish, and then of course then you deduct the US shipping fee, which is anywhere from $9 to $14, and the 6.5 Etsy fee. So all said and done, I'm looking to make like $15 to $19 off him, but he was so unique, I could not resist. I sat on the ground and I debated, and the lady was like, you know, I shop there all the time, and the ladies know me, and they were like, Kate, like, come on. And I was like, I know. So since I was so cheap on a lot of stuff, I felt comfortable picking this guy up for $28. I know I'll be able to make my money back no matter what. So all in all, at this haul, this haul cost me $242, which is no small number, but I think I did pretty well. The best thing that happened was I found a lot of unique items at a lot of different price ranges, which is my favorite. I love variation. I think it keeps the shop fresh and interesting, and you know, it doesn't single people out. At $240, I'm just gonna take some math to see how long it's gonna take me to get my money back, but I don't think it will be long. Especially because, like I said, the unique one-of-a-kind items. Now, that's all I have for the Adamstown trip. I'll see you guys tomorrow. This is my second to last pre-recorded thing. I've been kind of staycationing, honestly. I'm going to get back to shopping tomorrow, and I hope you guys enjoy all the stuff I found coming up, and I can't wait to show you guys what I'm going to do next.